Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Thursday, the 12th of August 2021. Time is 15:28 here in the UK. Today's analysis is a bit later than my normal analysis. The reason for that is I've just been extremely busy today. I've said this quite a few times over the past few weeks. I have renovations going on, and you know, my house is in absolute disarray. Things are all over the place. It's an absolute mess. There's dust everywhere. You clean it off. The next day, it's all over your computer again, and your computer screen and your keyboard, and it's just a mess, guys. So, yeah, my analysis is late today, but here we are. Now, doing analysis at this time on a Thursday, generally speaking, when you find trades, you're more looking at tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. At Monday than today or tomorrow. It's more trades that might be coming up next week. Anyway, I'm gonna just save this. I see that there's a small error over here. I realized that there is a setting that's been preventing a few things like leaving comments. Comments have been restricted on my analysis sessions and stuff like that. It seems like there's an error that I might have turned on by mistake. Sorry, not an error. There's a setting I might have turned on by mistake that's leading to that. So yeah, just I'll turn that off for next week's analysis. Sorry about that. But there are some restrictions on this video. I don't know if I'll be able to turn them off on this video, but I should be able to turn them off on future ones. Anyway, guys, let's just dive right into the analysis. Aud USD, just annoying trade. I still think it's probably going down. The Aussie dollar is quite weak. I think it's probably going down. It's just taking way longer than I wanted it to take. So it's yeah, it's just not really that good. I don't know what else to say about this one, guys. It is what it is. It's just not really going in my direction. It's been open for a while. I'm on a bit of a losing streak, but it happens in trading. You can't win them all. If you did, you'd be a trillionaire, wouldn't you? So Aud USD, I'm going to hold on to this short. I'm not closing out that short. I still think it has potential. And I'll leave it. Euro USD, let's look at this one. You know what? First we'll look at USDJPY because I'm kind of excited with this one. Now, I want to get in short on USDJPY. My big problem here is that right now it's pretty low from this resistance area. I have this resistance area up here. When I get into a trade, what I like to do is I like to jump in, you know, pretty as high up as I can. If I'm getting into a short, I want to jump in as high up as I can because that gives me a greater risk to reward ratio. So just to illustrate this real quick, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, if you get into a short here and your stop loss is all the way up here, risk to reward ratio horrible. If you get into a short here, your stop loss is in the same place, risk to reward ratio is amazing. Now obviously you're never going to have a risk to reward ratio like that on a trade like this, but the higher your entry, the better your risk to reward ratio. So entering where price is right now will give us an acceptable risk to reward ratio. Don't get me wrong, 2.37, but it would have been better if we could have entered somewhere up here, maintain that same stop loss, have a risk to reward ratio of 5. That would be way, way, way better. Unfortunately, that cannot happen right now. So we could enter right now. And I know this goes against my normal entry strategy, entering right now. I know a lot of you are going to be saying, why would you enter right now? We're not seeing a break of that indecision candle. Now, I've been refining the way I enter trades recently, and one big aspect of entering trades is, as I've just been talking about, is your entry, your exact entry point. And running the numbers, it would seem that entering a trade early like here is better than waiting for a break. It's not better for the amount of trades you win. You are going to lose more trades, but the larger returns you make on the wins outweigh the losses. So this sort of entry might seem counterintuitive, and it's not for everyone, because if you don't like taking more losing trades, if you psychologically can't handle taking more losing trades, then this isn't for you. If you find yourself in a losing streak of 3 or 4 trades and you're down and you think trading's not for you and you think you're never going to be a trader, if it affects you that badly, then you probably shouldn't be using this entry strategy, because you might have losing streaks a lot more often with entering trades like this. So yeah, that's just something for you to think about. Now, that being said, psychologically, I could care less if I lose 10 trades in a row. It's not fun. I'm not going to lie and pretend that it's fun, but I just know that statistically speaking, I'm a profitable trader. If I lose 10 in a row, you know, I have a bad few months. It doesn't mean that something's wrong. It just means that I have a bad few months, and I might have a good few months in a row the next 3 months. So I don't care. Which is the reason why I'm probably going to enter this one right after this analysis is done. So I'm going to give this one a green check mark because I'm going to jump in. My entry is going to be, hopefully it's roughly at the same place, or it's moved a bit higher by the time this analysis is done, which won't be long anyway. I'm going to hop in short here with a stop loss up here. This is roughly going to be the trade. I haven't exactly decided on these numbers yet, but this is a very rough idea of what the trade's going to look like. I'm going to go in short at 110.44. My target's going to be, sorry, am I doing that right? Oh yeah, my target is going to be 109.24 and my stop loss is going to be 110.88. That's how I'm going to handle this USDJPY trade. Euro USD. Now, Euro USD, I don't like this one as much. I'll tell you why. So USDJPY, this one has been moving sideways for quite some time now. So USDJPY has been roughly moving sideways since it peaked here back in April. Now, I know it did make a new high here, but that was a very brief high. Didn't really go anywhere. From here, where it peaked and started turning around on the 1st of April, it's been moving sideways, essentially. So going short here in a sideways market, pretty good. That's fine. No problems there. Euro USD instead, this one is trending down. It's not the strongest trend. It seems like a pretty new trend, but it is trending down. It's broken the 200 moving average. It looks quite bearish right now. So jumping in long here without some extra confirmation, probably not something that's worth doing in my opinion. So I'm just going to take this one off the list. I don't really see this as a valid setup anymore. I might have gone long yesterday depending on, you know, what happened at the support area. But this candle's that's sitting here right now is way too big. If I were to put an entry up here, a stop loss down here, just to get a, actually a stop loss would have to be at least here, just to get a target of 2R, we're talking about getting to this point where it stalled at last time, when the overall trend or direction is pretty bearish. It makes it hard to justify getting in on a trade like this. So I'm not going to get into Euro USD. I'm in fact going to take this one just completely off the list right here. Let's go on to Gpchf, CAD CHF, Euro CHF, New Zealand CHF, and USDCHF. Why am I talking about all of these at once? Because these are essentially all very similar, if not the same trade. Now, I talked about this in yesterday's analysis. The approach to take with this, or one of the approaches you can take with this rather, is to just split your entry over all of these trades. So let's say, or split your risk rather over all of these trades. Let's say you normally risk $100 on a trade. I'm using $100 because it's an easy number to work with. You risk $100 on a normal trade. You want to enter USDCHF. Instead of entering $100 on USDCHF, you could do $20 of risk on each of these 5 setups here. Now, that would give you, technically speaking, it can give you more chances to walk away with profit, because it's unlikely that all of these are going to hit target. So you might end up picking the one that doesn't hit target, and you walk away with nothing. You walk away with it hitting your stop loss maybe. Whereas if you split between all of them, you have a bigger chance at a favorable result. But conversely, you could pick only one of them, and it could be the only one that goes to target, and then splitting it over 5 trades would lead to worse results, because overall you would be losing if 4 of the 5 hit stop loss and only one of them hit your target. So ultimately it's up to you how you choose to do this, but I've found personally that splitting between multiple trades is the best thing. Now, am I going to do that with all 5 of these? Probably not. I cannot remember ever doing it over so many pairs. So I'm going to take a look at each of them individually now, see which ones I am interested in entering, because I can tell you right now it's not going to be all of them. So I might split over 3 of these. But let's get started. Gpchf we have sitting at resistance. Looks kind of good for a short. I might actually get into that one. CAD-CHF, I'd probably give this one just a little bit more time. I'm curious to see what it does. USDCHF looking quite strong. The euro is a little bit strong right now. It's broken through resistance. I don't like this one. This one's coming off the list. This one's just going straight back down there. New Zealand CHF, it's already started turning around. Bit late on this one. Already started turning around, but that doesn't mean that it can't pull back up. So I'll keep a close eye on this one. USDCHF, not quite hit resistance yet, but I do like USDCHF better than any of these because it's not a cross pair, and I prefer to trade non-cross pairs if I can. So I'm not going to enter any of these right now. I'm going to keep a close eye on them. I might, because they're close to triggering, I might enter them tomorrow. If so, I'll share my entry on the Discord group. I think all of these are still potentials, and I'll take a closer look at them tomorrow. If my hand were forced and I had to pick a few of them right now to enter, it'd probably be Gpchf, CAD-CHF, and New Zealand CHF. I know I just said that I like USDCHF over all of those, but I just like that as a pair over all of those. But USDCHF is not at resistance yet, and I want to see it at resistance before I would enter short. So, yeah, it would have to be those 3. But I'm just going to let all of them develop, and maybe by tomorrow, maybe even by later this evening, I might be able to justify getting into a short on USDCHF. And maybe 1 or 2 more of these. But I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord group, or in the chat room rather. Let's just call it a chat room instead of a Discord group for those who don't know what Discord is. So yeah, that is it for today's analysis, guys. I'm going to hop into this USDJPY trade pretty much right now. Thank you guys very much for attending. Hopefully this USDJPY trade takes me out of my losing streak. Aud USD could also take me out of my losing streak, because it could go down, but this one just hasn't really been doing what I wanted it to do. So yeah, that is it for today's analysis, guys. Thank you very much for attending, and I'll see you for next week's analysis, which is going to be on Tuesday. Bye.